Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and the Let's Try series, voting edition. This time around it's Let's Try Scarlet Hollows. Yes, this is going to be the fourth option for the new series that will be taken up when we finish Control, which is estimated probably to be in about a month and a half. So yeah, we've already gone through 3 before, and I'll make a link to the playlist of the options for voting if you're a new viewer and you want to take a look at what the previous entries were. So yeah, let's talk about Scarlet Hollow. Why am I choosing to do Scarlet Hollow, which obviously isn't going to be one of the usual series that we do here? Well, a couple of reasons. One thing about Lovecraft Country, a lot of people tend to forget. Well, they tend to just remember the tentacles and cosmic horrors, but they seem to forget that he was a traditional horror writer too. He did a lot of hauntings and a little mad science in his earlier works, and if you can ignore the racism in some of them, there's some pretty good work there. I mean, the Reanimator series is one of the best horror comedies ever written and inspired at least a half a dozen films. So why are we doing this one? Because it just kind of gives that feeling of the ancient secrets and decaying manners that was set against the New England landscape, Lovecraft's, country, the sort of mythical country that he created to house his particular horrors. Now, in this case, we're going to be going in, it's going to be kind of a little different than most. It's going to be kind of a choice-driven thing. It's going to be probably a combination between the visual novel and Life is Strange. So let's see, because I'm going in blind and you're coming with me. Okay, right away. So yeah, we already know how this goes. Boom. You live in the city of Lovecraft Country. Alright, already I feel like we're on the right track. Do not impact gameplay. Well, of course, you know. Alright, so we must pick 2 traits that we're going to be using for our character. Attractive, street smart, talk to animals. We're definitely talking to animals. Keen-eye, powerful build, book smart, or mystical. Alright, this is it. We are going in like a Lovecraftian protagonist in which we are sensitive but frail, no power for build. And, of course, cats are magical in Lovecraft's universe. It's canon that they're actually servants of the divine good. Well, as close as you get to good in a Lovecraftian story. So yeah, so we're going in, coming in, not noticing much. Now, book smart would be the other option to make you for a complete Lovecraftian protagonist, but we're going in because I can't stop. Whenever I have the option to talk to animals, I mean, if we ever get to, oh God, what is that game? Give me a second here. Yeah, if we ever get to, where is it? Sorry, wandering off here. Divinity, Original Sin. Trust me, I'm getting the option to talk to animals, and that one too. All right, so, boom. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is actually a passion project by a single individual, illustrator and writer. Abby, forgotten her name. It'll come up in the credits, I'm sure. But you jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you've only just managed to start drifting off, and here you are, awake again and still exhausted. Okay, so first thing let's do is let's make sure we understand what we're doing here. This, oh, what does this do? Okay, dialogue history, which is good, return. So we can always go back and check settings. Yeah, I think we're doing well. Sound balance. Sound balance may have to be written down a little. Alright, so I'm putting the sound balance down. Hopefully you guys can still hear it in the background, but I did the sound test before with the regular music, but I think I should have knocked down the sound and voice as well. Anyways, it looks like you're still in the green when it comes to that, so yeah, continuing forward. Alright, so for a moment, you're hazy on the details of wherever exactly here is, confusing the bus with many others that came before it. But your mind continues to assert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come into focus. Alright, so is this all going to be one eternal flashback? I mean, it's good sometimes you have that as a framing device, but sometimes it just means that your character survives, a little bit of tension has been removed. Okay. The long-lost cousin. The bad news. In 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in city depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. Oh my god, somebody read my fucking backstory. Yeah, I had once had to go and cross 2/3 of the country in a Greyhound, or several Greyhounds. That was amusing. The funny thing is, it's also Lovecraft related, because Lovecraft, because he couldn't afford to sleep in motels when he was traveling, because he traveled all over the East Coast, he would get late night buses and sleep in the back. That's how and he would also walk into the first grocery store he found next to the depot, get 2 cans, break out a can opener, and eat his beans and pork or whatever he had. By the way, Lovecraft died due to issues related to having a very poor diet. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl Ann Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt. Why just call it your aunt? Seems like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Oh, dark family secrets. Yes, old school Lovecraft. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So, anyway, as I was saying, oh god, we've got a talker next to us. Let me look at the little... Oh... Yeah, he's one of those guys. Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not even sure he's even stopped when you started to doze off. At first, you thought he was just being friendly with several hours of one-sided conversation ago. Dude, get a blog. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Now you're a dumb adult. Me and my buddies were doing the usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing, and now I want to hit you. Ugh, dude, what's wrong with you? Yeah, by the way, choice matters in this one, apparently, okay? Hell yeah, remain silent. Dude, what's wrong with you? Dude, what's wrong with you? Pushing joggers in the harbor? That's awful. What if they drowned? Hey, yeah, I was such a shithead back then. Still a bit of a shithead, but hey, Pobody's Nerfic. Please tell me this is not how the kids are talking these days. So this girl comes up to swing your purse down, who's gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. Suddenly I'm pro police violence. She actually hit my friend and said it hurt a lot. So I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all her own. We didn't have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and then her phone got stuck and she couldn't call the cops on us. We hanging out all day. I weep for the future. Bonus points if you know the reference to that. Let me know in the comments below if you actually do. She kind of became my girlfriend after that. We've been on and off about a year, so it's pretty serious. This is not true. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me for like real, and geez, you ever get so mad you just want to kill someone? I plead the fifth. Seriously, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you telling me this? I have never felt that way about the person, and I find it alarming that you have. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, you're young. You'll get it when somebody tries to break your heart one day. It changes a person. Makes them think they never thought they could. I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get Virginia to be there for it. Why? Yeah. I don't know if I'm like into that stuff, so I might wind up going to a bus in New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Oh, she's probably better off without you. Yeah, this is the remain silent part. You sit awash in horror, but you'd best keep a neutral face. This man admits he was murdering his soon-to-be mother of his child, the child whose birth he is currently missing, considering ditching to go have fun in New York. Anyways, where you said you were headed? Hell. I've been called back to my... Here's the mystical one. My ancestral... Yes, that is definitely Lovecraft's response. I've been called back to my ancestral home. My mother fled her destiny there many years ago, but now that both she and her sister have departed from this world, I can feel it calling me back. Okay. I have always wanted to dip into the ancestral horror aspect of Lovecraft, about how curses and destinies follow a particular bloodline. I mean, Shadow over Innsmouth is like the example of it, but this is the more subtle versions where it's kind of a destiny that you can't escape. I kind of like that better, really. Less sci-fi, more horror. The young man actually shifts in his seat. For one perceptible moment, it's his turn to feel uncomfortable before he catches himself and heartily laughs. Okay, that was worth taking the perk alone. Oh, you must be talking about Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in the mountains. That's the only one stop this bus turns around, so if you aren't getting off at my stop, you must be headed up that way. Almost nobody ever goes there. I'm usually alone on the bus by now, though actually, I had a couple of buddies went up to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two in the boards around there. And what year is this? I mean, coal's virtually dead in 2022, despite what Trump said he was going to do about it. This is not political, by the way. This is just Trump was pro-coal, and coal never really took off. That's just a fact. I never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, but... Oh God, they're still not using gas masks? Thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while. Now I think, but I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die! He looks back at his phone for one second focused. For once, focused on you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me talking around. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles the past, bringing you a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at the gas station a few buses back. I hope you haven't eaten much. I figured you might use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, and I want to carry them anymore. Tip. Sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new fact about who you are. Nice. So boiled peanuts. Take the peanuts. Screw you and your peanuts and eat the peanuts. Just take them. You take the peanuts. Thanks. You're welcome. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. We're not friends. Oh, thank God he's gone. This was too much like real life years ago. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. Actually, don't they have a stop at, like, oh, God, why am I blanking on that? The house, but, Innsmouth. Yeah, one of the things about the Shadows of Innsmouth, it starts with an infamous bus ride into Innsmouth. It just kind of caught on. You'll find little references to it in a lot of horror stories where, you know, there's a bus driven by a bald guy heading to a coastal town. The bus finally comes to a stop. Its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. At the sign, at least, bus station, but calling it feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk, though. For a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, much less a bus that drives in every week. And oh my God, I'm back in New England again. Yeah, New England is where I came from originally. Sound shifting. Looks like the sound balance isn't going to be clear, so I'll be shifting it as we go along. Let me know how you guys like that, whether or not I should stick with a standard deviation or try to balance it as best as can. There you go. All right, so but a bus drives on it every week, so we're here stuck here for a week at least. Okay, maybe that was a bad idea with the balance. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Oh, good. Oh, God. Hey, fantastic world. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on Facebook. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. I'm annoyed to be here, too. You instantly recognize this worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook. She's your cousin, Tabitha. Okay, so looks like someone needs a hug. Offer boiled peanuts as condolences. Tabitha, give your condolences. Remain silently. Oh, God, I wish I was doing this live. I could have you guys to tell me what you want to do in some situations like this. Okay, so if you do actually want me to try this sometime live, if it is one and you want to pick it as a series, please let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, offer your boiled peanuts as condolence. That sounds terrible to do. Hey, Tabitha, remain silent. Looks like someone... I am so tempted. I'm sorry for your loss. Come here, cuz. Bring it in! You go in for a hug. She tries to pull away, but it's too late. You squeeze tightly. Your cousin's squirming in your grip. We are the horror. Okay, okay. Enough! You hit me. I repressed what I was going to say. This is a PG-13, so... This one is. She pulls away from you, dusting off her clothes. Something you should know about me is I'm not really a hugger. Never too late to learn. It's never too late to learn. It is. Respect my boundaries. I'm in any trouble, okay? Now come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. Oh yes, a family that once had wealth that has deteriorated into genteel poverty, or basically living in a rotting house. I actually covered that before in the last episode of The Park. That's a pretty depressing one, but I'm going to link up to the right in case you want to see it, because it's also set in New England and deals with concepts of both horror and poverty, as Lovecraft did, as he grew up in poverty in particularly bad situations in New England. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. Should offer to the peanuts. Doesn't take much driving for the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options may explore can be usually taken to advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Are you holding up? Oh, for God's sakes. No, no. How are you holding up? How are you... Fine. You know you can talk to me, right? I lost my mom, too. If you ever want to vent... I'm good. Can't believe we never actually met before this. Yep, you have your mom to thank for that, or had, I guess. You can sense a deep scar on our bloodline, oh hell yes. A gaping maw, intent on consuming itself to oblivion. I can only hope we mend it during our time together. I have picked the right perk for this. Great, good for you. So, the funeral. It's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Jeez, need any help planning? Do you have any help with errands or scheduling? Feel free to ask. I know this stuff isn't easy. I've actually been fine, just needed the coffin and someone to dig a hole. Ugh. Do I have to get the shovel? I am not doing this. Because I think this is you. Besides, sit in silence with your cousin as a car eases up a steep mountain road. Okay, here we go. Here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days and its crumbling elegance is not lost on you, someone used to cramp apartments in gray cities. I don't think this is a fixer-upper. I think this is future timber. Or firewood. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed away, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare to what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel it's something you should have left to rot a long, long time ago. Okay, we're gonna find out what's hidden in the basement, aren't we? No, probably not this. This is the first episode. There are 3 episodes. I've planned 7 created at this point, so if it is chosen, we may have to come back to it occasionally, depending on how quickly Abby gets these out. As soon as you enter, you're hit by a blast of dusty air. I'm not vacuuming. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. Oh, that's impressive. You can hear doors creak on their hinges while they're closed. It's impressive. And the aches of moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Ah! Dust. Welcome to our family's humble estate. But fortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. Oh, we're definitely exploring. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know it's good for you, stick to your room, your bathroom, the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to get to these places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. So, you live here? Yeah, and I'm letting you stay here for free, but mind your manners, or did your mother not teach you about those? Let's just get the tour over with. Follow me. Put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and suddenly I feel like we're in that, What? Oh, God, Tom Hiddleston one with the crumbling mansion. It'll come back to me in 10 minutes or so. She tears in the floors, and you do your best to trace her steps. Scarlet? No. What was that? Crimson Peak. Probably an influence, considering the similarities in the color names. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. Oh, Kitty. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Why don't you do the dishes at least? Seriously. I guess you've been eating the consolation food. Don't touch my mac or cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, you can access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild. I wouldn't if I were you. Tip: some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Someone cleans this place. I feel the weight of the world pressing in on this place. I could... The entire state is a step away from crumbling to dust. Okay, geez, I get it. You think it's messy. I'll tell Janie to be more thorough this week. But you know there's only so much anyone can do with a country house this old. It's always going to be grimy and worn, like your sleek city apartments. If a little dirt bothers you, you're going to have a rough time this week. Is there somewhere in town to buy food? I might want... well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, it's a general store. It's also a diner. I usually have my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Yeah, we're going to be obsessively nice. Ooh, good talk. Alright, what's next on the tour? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've been gone. To two of you at the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Approach the cat. Don't try to pet Fro. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Ni me parle pas. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. I'm sorry, je ne parle pas français. Of course, how typical American. I shall debase myself by speaking your tongue, but only as that I might insult you directly to your face, you uncultured swine. Ah, very funny, your name sounds French. Stop wasting my time, let's finish the tour. Once you've gone through Tabitha's long, dusty hallway, maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time you feel lucky to not fall through the floors. Guest bathroom, not much to show. It's a bathroom, wait outside, do what you must if you must. It's a nasty, wretched bathroom, piles of gunk and mystery stains paint the floor. Are you sure the toilet works? Yeah, why wouldn't it? Bill orders to get paid, therefore the toilet works. Now do your business and move on. But it's so crusty. It's fine, don't be dramatic. Who exactly uses this bathroom? Guests. We're gonna get hurt. Ish. Scram, fella, jigs are up. We can hear cockroaches. I have. One advantage of picking the male character. Don't have to sit. Next up, guest bedroom, last up on tour. Follow me. We are buying bleach. Yeesh. You and Tabitha briefly returned to the foyer. Foyer? Hey, I remember how to pronounce something right. Before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. Although it's not really big. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot, it has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'd be staying. Linens are fresh. I had Jenny wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. Closet's full of old family stuff, so you can have your clothes. You can use the dresser. It should be empty. People have died here, haven't they? Since a heavy spiritual fog in this room, people have died here, haven't they? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Obviously people have died here. Who used to sleep here? Like I said, this house is almost 50 years. Many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. I'll be polite. Good, you should be honored to stay in historical landmarks such as this. Every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down to the generations. Yes! We're gonna hit eBay hard. I'm gonna sell everything from this house, if I get that option. This is not an IKEA bedroom, whatever nonsense you used in the city. Guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me, I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Tips and dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away, others down the line. Where are you going? To work, or somebody has to pay the bills around here. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Oh, cool. Except you and your mom. Requires a lot of time and concentration. Appreciate you didn't keep me for long. Yes, you're part of the 1%. I can hate you. I didn't know you owned a coal mine. We don't own a coal mine. I own the coal mine. Your side of the family forfeited any claim to it years ago. Can I come watch? What? No, the mine is dangerous. I can't babysit you and do my job. Hashtag. Damn, I can't believe you're only in your 20s and already in coal mine. Talk about girl boss. Don't patronize me. I know you have nothing in your name, Fantastic World. It's that damned smile. Oh, you'd be surprised. Any other inane questions before I leave? I won't say what I'm supposed to do while you're gone, because you'll just snark at me. Figure out yourself. You sure you can't take the day off? I don't want to be with you. Did I do something wrong? Nope. Are you sure you're okay? You seem kind of upset. I'm fine. Just need to get back to work. Won't keep you. We should hang out when you get back. I'm going to be embarrassingly positive in this game. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you and the sprawling decrepit estate. Let's explore. Go straight to the forbidden winds of the estate. You knew I was going to do that. Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. We're eating. The only... oh, sorry. You haven't anything to eat all day. The only thing's louder in your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. The PB&J sounds exactly what you need to take the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. All right, you're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you probably need to find some peanut butter, jelly, a plate of bread, and a knife. Okay, approach Frou-Frou. Izzy's running firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Offer her your boiled peanuts. You extend your arm and offer Frou-Frou your bag of boiled peanuts is broken to piece. I feel like we got off the wrong foot. Want some boiled peanuts? Mon Dieu, no. Do you like living here? I despise small talk. If you won't take the hint, I suppose I'll take things in my own hands. If it lunges your hands and bites you hard, you back away. We're going to first check the garden. Because I can. The garden was reclaimed by wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Explore the garden. You wander further in the garden. It's quiet out here. Return to the kitchen. Very nice. We'll be back, I'm sure. Head back inside and close the door. Alright, search the cabinets. The cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps her dishware, and oddly enough, the utensils. Grab a plate and butter knife. You grab a plate and butter knife. Do we have an inventory? Actual food. Close the cabinet. And look back to the rest of the kitchen. Search the fridge. Fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading Janie, stay away in all caps. Below that, separate handwriting, the words okie dokie. The fridge, you feel deep urge to wash your hands if you get to touch anything you can handle. I have been in too many houses like this. Seriously, people. Even when I was a bachelor, I was never this bad. Even if you can only control a small part of a large estate like this, at least have a suite you can use with some pride. Let's pour the old take out. Why do you take that? You're expecting this take out and you're disgusting beyond words. Liquefied mess, coldly congealed in styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. Sometimes it just smell bad. It smells ancient. No! For God's sakes, put it back. Okay. Take jelly. When the open jars of grape jelly. Tell the expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief and you realize it's recent. It was either purchased big you or jelly's one of the few things kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is some bread and peanut butter. Better close this fridge and keep looking. Could grab the ice cream. But I'm not. I'm being a positive person until the horrors start, and then I might go a little crazier. Check mayonnaise. You probably shouldn't, but try you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. The jar's label flicking in your hand expired 10 years ago. This jar's mayonnaise is old enough to graduate the 5th grade. Just put it back and forget you ever saw it. Alright, close the fridge. Really great in closing the fridge behind you. Alright, so we search the pantry. She sure loves her mac and cheese. Okay, examine mac and cheese. You pick up a box of mac and cheese. You can't say you've ever seen this brand before. I have, actually. It's that generic stuff you get, the 33 cents a pop when I was younger. Yes, I ate a bunch of it when I was very young. Then I could realize that it was actually cheaper to buy all the stuff you needed to do so, and some decent cheese, and to create large batches of it and portion it out. Convenience isn't always. Put it back. No. Mac and cheese is one of your cousin's hard rules. She already seems not like you. Put the box where you found it, reluctant to make things worse than they already are. Take bread. You pick up a non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need is some peanut butter. Take peanut butter. Ugh, GIF. Hilarious. GIF, by the way, if you don't know, especially international people, is an American brand that was cheap and highly popular when I was younger. Apparently it still is, if it's still here. Or we've gone back to the 90s again. Which, since we don't have a cell phone, probably... Nope, he had a phone, there was Facebook. So this definitely has to be the 2000s, at least. Oh, well. King of Nutter Butters. Only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. That's actually true, by the way. There is a minimum amount of rat turds and insect parts in... The FDA allows in every type of food. Thank you. Live with that thought now. The true horror is not going to be the monsters, is it? It's going to be me. Last one, ingredient PJ. Now to get to work. Close the pantry. You close the pantry door as best you can and turn to the rest of the kitchen. Make that PB&J. Despite the state of the horrendous kitchen, you successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. We finished our first... puzzle. A job well done. Cooking by the book. Achievement unlocked. All that hassle it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Okay, so I think we're done here. Congratulations, you've eaten a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Build your room, and I will keep exploring the kitchen. We should go to head to town at some point. But explore... for the time being. I don't think there's anything else we actually can see. I think we're done here. Alright, so might as well head into town. There's not much left for you here than to head out and explore the town. You do just that. But we need food, you know? If you have known you'd wind up walking all the way back to town, you probably would just ask Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. Well, you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, though maybe your mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue on the path. It's really pretty out here. Continue on the path. Finally, you made it back to town. The Holler, as they say by the Gus call, has seen better days. I've seen a lot of towns like this. It still has the feeling of an ideal country town, but its sideways are cracked and made the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. Chill breeze up down the lane, you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Oh, hi, boy. Gretchen, come back. Quit bothering strangers. Why do I declare? Who is this gorgeous stranger? Why does he smell of peanut butter? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Mothman! Yes! We're gonna get along great. If you don't know who Mothman is, look it up. It's one of the most documented and interesting paranormal cryptid encounters ever out there. Talk to animals. Offer Gretchen your boiled peanuts. Want some boiled peanuts, Gretchen? You whip out the bag and hold it in front of Gretchen. Why, yes, of course. I most certainly do. Aw, that's sweet of you, but this is probably too salty for my little Gretch. It's nice to meet you, Gretchen. It's nice. I'm Fantastic Worlds. Oh my, I can't remember the last time I met a newcomer who was so wonderfully polite. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Frank. The dog is smarter than she is. Ah, that's a funny way to introduce yourself. I'm Stella. It's not often to see a strange face in the Holler. Every now and then it comes a new crop of coal folk, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Fantastic Worlds. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? Upon mentioning your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath. One of those days, I'll get that Tabitha to pet me. Ah, don't hold your breath. That's the only person I can think of who come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her alone in that big house. I'm sorry, mystical. She's in conflict with herself. Whoever met today isn't the real Tabitha. I hope you mean that metaphorically. To tell you the truth, she's always been a little rough around the edges, but most people don't really catch on to that. It'll probably be good for her not just staying there, even though she doesn't think so herself. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody knows everybody else as far as back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. Ah, as you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up by the end. Ooh, we gonna be matchmaking? Then she graduated and that was that. But I haven't seen that girl or her horrible little cat since I was middle-aged. How old is she? Oh, before slipping mind, you were staying up at the spooky mansion. You must have met Frofro. How does that monster fare? Bug type of the cat. Fortunately, we've met. I will pet her. It's the last thing I do for vivid history. Yes. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, right? Alas, you have discarded my dark and terrible secret. I can talk to animals and animals can talk to me. Your down sounds like a southern belle when she talks. Haha, yeah, of course, you're joking. You and Stella remain quiet, awkward conversation. Well, next time you see the devil, please send him my regards. And let her know that not only will I still draw a breath, but I still plan to outlive her. Oh, I didn't get the dog a distinct accent. I really should have. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for coffee and got amazing biscuits. My treat. Follow her. No other options, really. Okay, so we have our cast of characters. The pleasant aroma and greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air in contrast to the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate. The diner is filled with a comforting din of human life, all of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patient realizes that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hi, everyone. I'm Fantastic Worlds. Just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth pretending the whole town doesn't gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance is a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers, as is. We don't like strangers around here. And as if you related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. Dude, hey, Stella, I went to hold and fixed you a coffee. They graciously place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Aw, shucks, thanks, Avery. And here's some bacon for the little lady. For me? Oh, I love getting this animal speak one. It is always going to be what I get, an option for me. Gretchen sifts the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the H button on your keyboard to hit the tiebacks at any time. Nah. Anything for you? Offer them your boiled peanuts. Isn't bacon bad for dogs? I don't know. Order a biscuit and coffee. Can I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. Might be the only one in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the now empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. They? Alright, cool. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there's any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyways. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night. It's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. And that should be right after the funeral. That'll be a special occasion. Is potluck like a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Not to maybe go to church around here, if I'm to be honest. Non-religious. Oh, so we're in the rural south. Okay, well, that actually does count for Lovecraft Country, as he does have a number of things, including... God, Medusa's Coil was set in the South. Oh, I forgot. One of the more racist ones he wrote. But the one I'm thinking of is the Statement of Randolph Carter, which is one of the best short stories, or possibly even flash fiction, ever written for horror. You should check it out. The shame, remain silent. I get that. I'm not a churchgoer persuasion myself. Same for me. Whatever feeling some folks get in church, I think it must be feeling I get when I look up at the sky on a night hike. That feeling of peace and wholeness. But that's not to say we're a town of heathens or anything. God, why not? It'd be more exciting anyways. There are plenty of God-fearing folks. You know, Cthulhu's feared or fearful. They aren't just fans of the church. They do their things in black robes out in the wilderness around standing stones. Well, the building's fine, but the pastors in the story, there's just something a little off about the guy. You'll get what I mean when you ever meet him, okay. And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyways, those are the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea you want to kill time for the rest of the week? No clue. Honestly, I have no clue. Well, you're in luck, as you've happened to run to the person who has all the best stuff to do around here and has limitless time to show you around. Are you retired? My boss... Okay, well, that explains everything. Oh wait, you probably wouldn't get that joke since we don't know each other. I'm self-employed, so my own boss, so I am forgiving myself. Get it? Laugh uproariously. Ah, funny joke. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the chicken. Ah, Avery. Oh, 2 piercings, too. Before it's still looking finished, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Is there nothing else coming for me? Is there nothing else coming for me? Gosh, if I knew that plate of bacon would be my main only course, I would have waited before digging in. Here's your biscuit. When he says it's on the house, she sends her condolences. Thanks, it looks great. Thanks, Avery, it looks great. Mystical, you pick up the biscuit, it's delicate and fluffy, and nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warm and emanates from the surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity given buttery form. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is the perfect biscuit. Whoa, this is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Ha! Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not going to go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm going to do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Did the author do this on the off chance it would end up as a Let's Play? Because, oh my god, that's hilarious. So I get to do some hypercritical humor here. Wait, what? Okay, that's rad. How does that even make you money? You and everyone else. I should do that, by the way, but shouldn't. What kind of videos do you do? Cool, what kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. Yes! Yes, one of my favorite type of channels, the paranormal ones. Really? I gotta say this, if you're out there, check out these 2 channels. Bedtime Stories. Sounds a little weird, I know, but it's actually an awesome paranormal one. But the best one is the Paranormal Scholar, which you must immediately subscribe to. Wait, I can do channels now, can I? I forgot there were 1,000. Maybe I'll remember, I'll post it up there. You should check out our channel, Fantastic Worlds. It's amazing. Getting meta. I think the best video to start with would be the river one. Not the lake, you know, but the controversial one. Oh yeah, the cat to be a river runner. I didn't expect that much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being the most popular video by far. So the river runners are cryptid that only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought there was something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows a clip of something in the river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but that was the case of at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a caprea type of rodent, I believe, river rodent. That must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. It was a mountain lion. It was a mountain lion. I could smell it stink from miles away. I'm still not sure what it was, but I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. Talk to animals, it's a mountain lion. Gretchen thinks it's a mountain lion. Gretchen thinks it's a mountain lion. Haha, very funny. You might have gotten me earlier, but I'm on too. You're not going to trick me thinking you can talk to my dog. As for your theory, no, wait. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. Not true. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found Jack squat, and there's no reason to be swimming in a river like this. They're not fans of water. Okay, the biologist gets to come in on this one. Yeah, guess what? Yes, mountain lions, cougars, do exist because they have adapted to rural environments. In other words, there was a whole influx of them, for example, to Denver when they regreened the city, where because they are exceptionally good at hiding. They could hide in the parks themselves and not be found. You can stand, if a mountain lion is still behind a bush, you can be 3 feet away and you will not see it. But the other thing about that is, yeah, they do swim. They on the panther class of types of cats are fond of swimming. Most people don't know that one. Learn something every day. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the Capribia theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries are missing one. There's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a surrogator type thing. Haha, exactly. Some exotic pet owner sets it free and now it'll forever roam the catapult, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So speaking of things to do around town, I'm actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I wonder if you want to come along. Oh, it's a pretty easy one. We wouldn't have to camp anywhere. I'm going to go after the... Wait, no spoilers. Again, we're getting meta here. Whoops, sorry, Avery. It's okay. I should probably get back to it instead of standing with Channing and found. See you around. Alright, now that coast is clear, I'm going after the skunk ape. What's a skunk ape? I think I know, but I want the game to do so. Ooh. Aren't they the meat-eating Bigfoot? What's a skunk ape? Oh, it's like Bigfoot, but smellier. And most of these skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but I was doing research for last week's video. I came across a report where a lady from town over claimed to have seen one in her deck, playing tug-of-war with her dog. Maybe I'm not thinking of the right one. I believe no stone unturned is worth investigating. So what do you want to say? Don't want to tag along? Oh, hold the camera if you want to narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing. Are you going to be there, Gretchen? That depends. Are you going to be there, Gretchen? Oh, naturally. I wouldn't want my misfortune to become my beloved Stella. I must stay by her side through thick and thin, however odd her passions may be. Of course, it's just actually been a while since I've been Gretchen out there with me. Say no more. I'm in. This is going to be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple of buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'd be kind of a blast from the past. Okay, so we must be in 2020. Either we're in a COVID-less 2021 when this came out, or we are in 2019 beforehand. So, when did YouTube come around? 2008? Wow. It wasn't even really YouTube back then. But yeah, it could be. Me and Kakrina and Reese running around the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had lots of fun. That's all that matters. As you can see my first videos. Anybody want to check out my Alan Wake videos? The ones that go, the prequel to Control. You're going to see what I was like before I learned that sound balance worked. It's hilarious. If you're into, that sort of hilarity. That gets me thinking. I wonder if they come down along with us. Get the old gang back together. Get the band back together. Though I guess Kenkia has to close at the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we can get him to come out of his hidey hole if he's up for it. We might have to take a quick call. Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by or... Okay, if you're really sure, if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you want to come out with the woods tonight. I met someone cool in town today. Hey, I'm cool. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just here for the week. Anyways, we're going to go out looking for skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we have more low-key hang. How's that? Haha, yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Maybe they can talk with the dog, too. Reese, there's always something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him. Sorry, Reese, there's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him. Art Fishman. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? Oh, he's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in towns are. Is he okay? Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He had a lot going on the past, 10 years or so, but I feel like he's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I ever saw him leave his house. Oh, agoraphobic. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about him really. He looks excited thinking about having along tonight. It was hilarious. You'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That would be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome, I'll make it happen! He's definitely a trickster when we meet. Kanikura is much easier to track down since she's in the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait, we got a skunk ape to hunt, so we should probably head out if we want to make up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to get a good make our first profession. Leave a generous tip. You reach in your pocket and pull out a rumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one to expect. It's a short dining experience, so you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You submit the bill for placing it on the table inconspicuously. Oh, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate it, I'm sure. Tell terms to leave the dinner with you close behind. Always tip generously. This is from somebody who used to be a server. And I will honestly say that the person that you are, deep down inside, corresponds directly to how well you tip. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived to town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. Yes, it is a day that ends in Y for us. Good God, usually the monsters are swarming into the town for us. You feel a sense of foreboding, more alive than you have been for years. Fall breeze passing the leaves out you. Oh God, I miss the green pastures and forests so much. Suburbia, purgatory. The fall breeze passes the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. It's been a while since you felt this in a moment, this present. The world around you almost feels magical. Where a mythical creature actually manifests in front of you, it would fit perfectly in this world. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record since last year of global warming. You know how it is these days? Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be much worse. Global warming. Just nice to feel chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. She's reminding me of a character from one of my beloved series, Strangers in Paradise. I think. No, it's not that one. It'll come back to me. Sorry, it's a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Are you really... What's the weirdest thing you've seen out here? What's... Other than anything cryptid related, of course. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. There's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. Yep, deer will do that. Deer are capable of eating meat and eggs. But I think that most people know about these days. I've seen a ton of videos of other deers doing it, but I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Oh, Tetanus Lake is definitely the weirdest. It's 5 foot deep, 30 foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage, the grass and trees growing out so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground without much being compressed, but you would still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be on your shots if you want to stay and mess around in here. It was all stuff from the 50s too, which is simple neat. I salvaged a few bottles to keep in my dresser as a souvenir. Is anything ever bad ever happened on these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was some time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff, but he was fine. He had some folks from town rig a pulley to get him out of the ravine. His leg only took a couple months to heal. All in all, not bad. Though I guess there was also a time I was out here alone and kind of got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage where I thought was a family of wampus cats, but wasn't able to wiggle my back out. Turns out the wampus cats were actually skunks who did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, rushing to set out, bored tears, lassie she is not. As if I was making those nasty little skunks a piece of my mind, that's what I did, and I kept still a company just like she would do for me if I decided to hide in a hole for hours. It took about an hour to get loose, which is pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later and I was right as rain, so it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was a time I accidentally stumbled on old Duke's property and they got my head shot off. That happens everyone sooner or later, I barely count it. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. Do you ever hunt any things that aren't cryptids, like ghosts or whatnot? Ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing. Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck, though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first got started doing solo videos, I'd go on sort of old abandoned buildings, hoping to stumble across some sort of activity. Yeah, you're never really going to catch much that way. But nothing ever happened. It always is me and my camera in an old house getting worked over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all said and done, I've just been a lot luckier at cryptids. I wanted to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there, but if there are, sure as heck I can see myself, hey, we're going to get her back to the house and do that. Werewolves, I kind of lump into cryptids. I'd be shocked if there are actually people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore line's pretty mile up with the great beast genre of cryptid. Whoever wrote this knows their stuff. Yeah, the great beast genre of cryptid, werewolves. The thing is about werewolves, it actually has an extensive history of it originally being a positive thing, as a gift from the gods, to give to the warriors being able to take on an animal spirit. It became, as the church, however, took over pagan religions, it became a monster. The more you know. As for demons, I don't know. I don't even consider the possibility that they exist because they really are there. Geez, a lot of fooks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all that's just bunk, am I right? What about aliens? What do you think about aliens? Don't ever get me started. You see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real and they absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens more than I believe in cryptids. I adore my darling Stella, but she gets the strangest ideas in her head these days. Ever since her parents went away, she's been more and more foolhardy with his critter nonsense. You don't see me hunting aliens here because we know they're real. We're not alone out here. And everything is cut from the same cloth. Uoo, hi, you got to meet my friend Kanika's mom. You two would get along. See if I can find anything. What are the chances we actually run into a skunk ape in one night of filming? That's fair. We are hunting a creature that stayed hidden for humans long enough to gain a mythical reputation. What are the odds of something pop at the star in my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chance is never zero, right? Did you hear that? Calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Yeah, Duke, you rascal. Oh, Duke, you rascal. We're getting voices down. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl. Phew, sorry if you ain't spooked, Duke. I thought you were, some creature of darkness. Nah, girl, just old Duke. Now what the hell you doing over out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. And who's this you sucker into coming with you? Boy, you tick, aren't you? Is that? Yep. I see. Welcome to Holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. The stranger, another opportunity for a salty introduction. Offer Duke your boiled peanuts. Good fragrance you put in your rucksack like Salvier, but you're pretty sure that's what it's supposed to smell like. Boiled peanuts from your backpack? No thanks, I'm all set. I'm still more than happy to take them off your hands. Now both of you all head back to town, you hear? It's bet you steer clear of terror at night. I'm out here dealing with my own critter, and we'd appreciate if a couple fools with cameras scare away more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something tall and hairy? Sorry. Something musky? You seen anything like that recently? What would you like to know? You could never stay in your own business, Stella Richmond. Put the damn camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did, but I've yet to see a shred of proof that you listen to any of it the way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chungerbangers or whatever. Something's been getting my chickens. I lost 3 this week, and I can't afford to lose any more than that. I'm so sorry to hear that, but I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now, see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. I ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell that is. God, I slipped into that accent real fast. I know exactly what this is, but you ain't gonna believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You had me out in these woods as long as I have. You sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course, you're going to find in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's been getting to my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. Yeah, I told you, mountain lions will get into anywhere. Global warming was mentioned. Yeah, climate change causes animals to move. So there was the mountain lions had now moved from whatever terrain they used to be into the new terrain, and they found chickens, which are much easier to hunt than wild birds. Exactly kind of what happened in Denver. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There's been actual sighted since the 1990s, and even those are iffy. It's true, there are mountain lions out there, sure as sin. They pee all over the best trees. I'm with the dog. He comes from Wolf's just back. He's got 200 times the sense of smell that we have. He's on it. God, the dog is the smartest of us. I can't believe you go out there on YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple of school-age Bow Scouts is 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are kind of a far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You maybe look as a fool. I read those comments you people posted on your video. They're calling me all kind of names just for seeing things with my own eyes I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anyone. I just didn't think it was plausible. You eat those words and I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you roam home and stay out of the woods tonight. Mystical as Deuce works his mouth, you see a sinking feeling start to pull at your stomach as if the 4 of you are inexplicably creeping towards something terrible. I don't think, This is actually an interesting one. I don't want to pull, I don't think this ends well for you. I would warn him. Wait. Okay, so here's the thing. If Mystica gave me the option to say, you should be careful about this, I think something bad could happen tonight. Right on, Duke. Can we just buy more chickens? I'm just going to say, okay, let's go. Let's just go, Stella. He's the one with the gun, after all. You're right. No point in losing any time arguing. Fine, we'll head back to town. Break a leg. Don't literally. Break a what now? I mean, good luck, old man. All right, have a nice night, y'all. No, he's going to die. I'm going to say, oh my god, I foresaw it. Why didn't you say anything? Because what's the point? As you and Stella return the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. No way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail. Let's get around him. Okay, this is a point. All right, so we can go risk ourselves. We can risk her. Oh no, we aren't actually headed back to town? So what about Duke? I don't think you know how comfortable trumping his wood knowing there's a man with a shotgun out there ready to blow my head off. Well, I didn't understand your fears, Fantastic World. This is an opportunity for once-in-a-lifetime adventure. Seize it while you can. Oh, you don't have to worry about old Duke. He's been tracking him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing into the trees when he walks. If we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. There's no shaking he was there. Oh, fine. There's no shaking he was there. Just follow me until I finally let him go monster hunting with you. I promise it'll be fun and safe. The trail's just up that way. Let's go. Oh, God, we're doomed. All right, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. Oh, is this a minigame? Ooh, ahem. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Fantastic World, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all over the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping to get a glimpse of him tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. And keep digging, Gretches. Okay, to people like me watching this channel who can talk to animals, can hear Gretchen, because that would be cool. I can take that camera off your hands now. We're going to start tracking scenes once the sound sets all the way. In the meantime, let's get taking all this beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous right here, don't you think? Though you and Stella are back on your own, the unsettling feeling that penetrated your gut earlier still remains. There's something wrong in these woods, though you don't. What it is still eludes you. There's something wrong here. It feels oppressive, dark. You don't have anything stinky, do you? Do you think you're smelling the skunk ape? More like a storm is coming. No, like a storm is coming. Don't you worry, I checked the weather this morning. We're in for a beautiful cloudless night. It's a perfect time for a hike. Unless you mean a metaphorical storm. I don't think weather radar picks up on those. Either way, my gut usually warns me if I'm going to run into trouble, and I feel A-okay. I'm the one with the mystical tag. Your quiet moment, Stella, is broken by a loud, percussive snort. Death has come for me at last. Goodbye, cruel world. What was that? Haha, no need to panic. It's just a sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of the herd of big scary predators like us. Let's check it out. I love watching deer in the woods. I used to do that all the time in college. As you and Stella hear the footfall of animals digging in the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. A single deer remains behind the beam of light, and Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Pain, rot, decay. A deer, let me at him. How dare you infringe on my dearest personal space? Let me at him. Then it's gone. Oh God, something infecting the deer. Jeez, Carmen, cut down. You're going to hurt yourself. Oh my, it seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How unladylike. What must you think of me? She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She's a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses fit potatoes, do they? I think the deer was threatening us. I think there was something wrong with that deer, or... Well, they can do this. Now I'm going to do this, because that's more what I'm thinking. There's something wrong with that deer. Do you see its face? Now you mention it, there was something a little off. I bet it was an abscess, maybe a tumor. I like it while animals get to tearing care of, so they just get bigger and bigger, and poof, poor thing. Not much we can do about it. Explore. Why'd you bring Gretchen with you? I'm actually curious. She doesn't seem to like the safest choice for hiking. Excuse me. Though the outburst came over me, I was supposing the merit of your concern. I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm out on my cryptid hunt, so I can't hold it against her. I'm just happy she's still feisty even at her age. Pugs aren't known for their good health, and here she is, running around the woods at 17. It's pretty old for a dog. I feel like a fresh mountaineer exercise have helped a lot in the regard. Probably. You defy laws of nature, don't you, Gretch? Well, it's all right. Let's go back to the hunt. Same for me. How about we take a quick snack break to fuel up? Oh, got it. You know, $5, but I'm getting a lot of food out of it. Until on the rescue, brings a bag of assorted snacks. Take the trail mix, extra M&Ms. Take the sesame sticks, dried apricots. I love dried apricots. I have dried apricots. I actually tried these myself. Wound up getting a bunch of apricots for free from Janie a while back and didn't know what else to do with them. It's wild how easy it is to make your own dried fruit. Really? I must try it. Sounds fake. Cooking is never easy. Time to breast stuff. I burned my house down. That's really, maybe I should try that out. Yeah, you should just slice up your fruit of choice and put it in the oven at like 200 degrees at a timer for 4 hours, and you come back with a whole mess of dried fruit. Do make such a timer, though. The most important of cooking, honestly. Never assume you'll be able to tell how much time has passed. I guess it applies to a lot of things. You and Stella settle down to overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening life wash over you. Gretchen nods at a stick, distracted for some time being. So, tell me what's like in Lovecraft country. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with your family, roommate, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Fantastic Worlds. This is getting a little meta. There's probably a closet with 10 roommates. Doris' basement with floods. There's an apartment with a difficult roommate. There's a 12 by 12 stack. I live in an internet K. We don't really. None of these actually apply to me, but 10 roommates would drive me mad. Difficult roommate, probably one of us would kill each other. Shed of somebody's yard, an internet cafe. I'm going to say dingy studio apartment. And it's a mixed bag. At first it was kind of fun to have space with just mine, but now it feels cramped. It's like I'm stuck in a closet alone and no one can let me out because I chose this for myself. And as far as I know, I'm happy being there. Lights flicker, the toilet's constantly backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat litter and it smells like cigarettes for some reason. It's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plant. You know how they say living is just to brighten up a room? When you put like that, I wonder if staying in the old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe just a step sideways. Have you tried looking for a different place or finding a roommate? There's got to be a better apartment in a big city like Lovecraft country. I've been saving it for something better. Oh, I hear you. I've been saving it for something better. Oh, yeah? Yeah, what do you do for a living? I build programmatic ads for a company no one's heard of. I sell at Creepy. I'm a first-year law student at a big law firm. I'm a streamer. The author has to have put these options in. I'm actually a streamer. Oh, wow, and I'm a fellow content creator. That's awesome. I knew we had a lot in common, Fantastic Worlds. What sort of streams do you do? I play video games. Mostly stream video games. That's cool. I'll have to check out your channel sometime this week. How do you like it? I wouldn't trade it for the world. Most people I meet tend to raise their eyebrows and tell them what I do, but I love it. It might not be much. It makes me feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny. Let's get meta. Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I'd give up what I do for anything. Crisp breeze passes over you. What about you? What's your living situation? Oh, Gretchen and I live in a little house outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and glad I could finally keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built the house. He must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Do you live with your... Ooh, we said the parents were gone. Remember? The parents left. Gretchen told us. Do you live alone? Yeah, the place used to belong to my parents, but they're not around anymore, and the hollow's a small enough place the other folks don't need roommates. Did they... I'm so sorry. It's okay, you didn't know. And I've done my own mourning. I don't have to watch your tongue around me or anything. Life goes on. What were they like? Did you get along? They were amazing. Two of the nicest people you ever meet, and interesting too. My dad was a bit of a relational legend about hunters and trappers. He was always out in the woods because of something. We certainly had interesting dinners because of him. Oh, I've had deer liver. It's lovely. From somebody who actually shot the deer. He had learned how to fend for himself. You see, his family didn't have much growing up, and he learned how to hunt and trap, and he got damn good at it. He always made sure I had food. He knew how to get it if I found myself too far from a grocery store. I could make us pretty good salad just in the clearing if I had to, though it wouldn't exactly taste great. As for my mom, she was a saint. She's a local vet, had a lady all the farms in the county used to call with their animals and needed something. She was smart as a whip and strong to boot. Turns out pulling calves out of 1,600-pound cows all day is a great way to build up muscle. Ah, yes. She was gentle, too. Even the smallest mouse get the proper care in her hands. I'm sure she most of the reason Gretchen here's one of the oldest dogs I've ever met. So, yeah, those are my parents. I'm sorry for your loss. I don't know what else to say. I'm just so sorry. Haha, it's okay. You know, it's weird, especially if we just met today. Okay. Whoa. My stars. What was that? Bella Music packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder. Mystical, that sound is not a sound meant for human ears. Whatever made it is close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me and check it out. Uh-oh, this is where it goes wrong. You Stella inch towards the tree line and she shines her flashlight into the woods. You stay close, Fantastic Worlds. I wouldn't want any harm to become... Do stay close, Fantastic Worlds. I wouldn't want any harm to befall you. Tucked animals. You approach a series of weak clucks coming out of the bush. Pain, it's all pain. Chickens? Maybe 2 birds weren't eaten after all. The hell? What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it might be 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so we can rule out the skunk ape. Whatever it is one of Duke's chicken. Looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to say that this is probably where we're gonna stop. We're at about the 1 hour mark, and the plot has just started. Yeah, I know it's kind of a slow burn, but I kind of like those. Now, you have to understand, I like narrative tales, and this has kind of got me interested in the larger story tale, and maybe we'll break off into this sort of genre if you guys find it popular enough. But yeah, so we know there's something in the woods that is currently taking away chickens and infecting deer. So, since this is Lovecraft, it could be anything. It could be, oh, aliens. It's got to be aliens. You just mentioned aliens after all. Anyway, so I'm going to take a quick save, put it in the empty slot. And that is going to do our Let's Try episode. So I hope you enjoyed this. And of course, if you are a subscriber, you will have the opportunity to vote on this for being our continuing series. And if you're a supporter, you have the option to be able to use your votes as a supporter to get additional episodes of this on the monthly basis. After all, we have 2 slots every month, and this could be one of them, as the Let's Try series is always an option. I'll probably put this one onto the April vote. So if you like this, like, share, subscribe, really like it down below. You want to become a supporter yourself, there's links to the Gumroad payment platform. You can get additional content and, of course, unlock additional content for the channel in general. And I will see you next time.